Hi, this is Ryan Lawler with TechCrunch TV. I'm here at the Lyft Community Meetup. It's the first of its kind being held in Los Angeles. The company is basically rallying support after it was hit by a cease and desist order from the city transportation department here. So they've gathered together some drivers, some passengers, community members to talk about why they love Lyft and why they hope that it sticks around. So we're going to go inside and talk to some folks. So I'm here at the Lyft community meeting in LA. I'm here with Matt. Matt's one of their drivers, is that correct?
That's correct. I've been driving for about 2 months for Lyft.
Okay. So Lyft was hit with this cease and desist by the city transportation department here, and they had a city council meeting, and you sort of showed up and repped for them. So tell me a little bit about how that worked out.
Well, basically, the cease and desist order came out early in the week on a weekday, and a couple of days later there was a transportation committee meeting that was held, and that was the first chance for the public to go and speak in favor of Lyft. A lot of the ride-sharing companies were blindsided by the cease and desist order, so I decided to go down there and try to make my voice heard.
Okay, and so in representing them, you were like pretty much the only one there in support of Lyft, right?
Yeah, that's correct. When I walked in, there were a lot of older men wearing black pants and white shirts, and I quickly realized they were all cab drivers. So, as far as I'm aware, I think I was the only one that went.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the meeting and sort of what you said and, what you were trying to get across in support of Lyft.
I was the last one to speak, actually, so I spent the first few minutes just kind of listening to what other people were saying, and I was frustrated to hear that a lot of it was either misinformation or in some cases just outright lies. A lot of information was put out, such as our insurance and people claiming that we're uninsured, that drivers don't have background checks and things of the sort, and that just isn't true. So I took my little window of opportunity to try to clarify those things for everybody.
Okay. And your experience, so when you signed up to be a driver, what was the process for you, like background check and all that type of thing?
For me, the application process had 2 parts. The first part was an over-the-phone interview just to kind of feel people out and see if they're kind of friendly and sociable. The second part was actually in the office where it's just like any other job where they take down your social security number, your personal information, your tax information. But it did go a little bit above and beyond in the sense that they did do a criminal and a DMV background check. So we did have background checks that were done for us.
Okay. And for this meeting today, you're going to be sort of kicking off the meeting. What's the message that you want to get across here to some of the other community members?
I think the general message we're going for today is that people love Lyft. It's a great thing that makes the community safer and closer, and it's generally just a great thing that people really enjoy, and it should be here to stay.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Here with Laura, who after Lyft was hit with this cease and desist, you started a blog and I think a Twitter handle and started to rally the community from like the passenger side. So tell me a little bit about sort of what you had started there.
Okay, yes, I started a blog. It's called Keep LA Lyft Alive, and I am LA Lyfter on Twitter. And I started this blog basically because I am an avid Lyft passenger myself. I've had a lot of just great positive experiences with using Lyft. So it really, when the cease and desist, when I heard about that and I read it in the news and everything, it just really, it was like someone breaking up with me. It's like, no, Lyft can't go away. So I wanted to do my part. I've gotten to know a lot of the Lyft drivers. I've had repeat Lyft drivers. That's how much I use them. So it was something that was important to me. So I started this blog just to kind of share my story, and then I started the Twitter handle to go with it. And I didn't know that it would, take off like it did, but apparently Lyft has a lot of supporters because, now there's a pretty big following. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks now, and there's over 2,000 followers. And quite a few Lyft passengers have shared their stories with me as well that I've posted on the blog. So It's not just about me, it's about the community.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about those stories. You put a place where people can, share and talk about their experiences. What kind of things are you hearing from them?
Well, I'm hearing mostly a lot of the women that are submitting their stories. It's about the safety, that they feel really safe with Lyft. And then also convenience. There's a lot of people writing in that, Lyft is so convenient. I don't have to, there's no cash transactions. I get picked up, I get dropped off. So it's a lot of safety, convenience, and then also just, they're fun. The Lyft drivers are so personable. You have a great conversation. There's phone chargers, there's water. It's like getting a ride from your friend, which I think was the point of Lyft. And they've really, really done a great job of making that happen.
Okay, so you're going to be sort of speaking here tonight to sort of kick off the community meetup. What's the message you want to get across, or what are the things that you want to talk about?
Well, the goal for tonight is to really make it, this is the first time ever Lyft community meeting, across the board for Lyft. So there's passengers and there's drivers, and tonight is just to kind of show that this really is a community. This is its own little support group of people that understand the purpose of Lyft, passengers that adore Lyft, drivers that love what they're doing. And so tonight is just to kind of get together and, support one another and, just have this camaraderie while the cease and desist is still going on and everyone's kind of, scared what's going to happen to Lyft. And so this is just to show our support.
Okay, excellent. Well, thanks for talking with us.
Oh, thank you.
And I think that's the beauty of Lyft, of interacting with so many different people, and you create such a unique experience in your vehicle. And I share with my passengers all the time that I think it's a great experience because you can't replicate it anywhere else. Whereas if you're talking to someone at a bar, you just talk to somebody randomly on the street or wherever you have it, there's kind of social guidelines that are put in place, not by us, but just by society, of course. But when you get in your car, you kind of just, the awkwardness is completely removed, and you just get in and you guys can talk about whatever. And so just, said, my whole experience is I'm actually very grateful and appreciative of being able to rediscover the essence of LA and to see just how diverse and kind of unique and beautiful this community is. So Lyft love forever, and
I'm here with John Zimmer, who's a co-founder of Lyft. We're at your community meeting in LA. Tell me what this is all about.
Yeah, so after receiving a cease and desist in Los Angeles 2 weeks ago, we had this outpouring of community support, both from passengers and drivers wanting to get involved, wanting to make sure to save the stash in LA. And so we organized this event, and drivers spoke, passengers spoke, and just to really demonstrate the power of this community and make sure that we keep this momentum and we start, continue the communications with the city to make sure we can maintain operations.
Okay, so you received the cease and desist. Where are things now with the city? Have you been in communication with the transportation department or the mayor? What's going on?
I met with the Department of Transportation several months ago and had what I thought was a really positive meeting, and then no one said anything to us. Prior to this, it did come from a taxi regulator. With the mayor's office, we're in touch with them and have been for the mayor just switched over this past week, so we've been in touch with the new mayor's office, and from what we hear, they're very supportive of innovation and they want to help solve the problem that everyone in LA needs to own a car. So I think it's just we've started the conversation. We're going to work with the community to keep that going and to tell everyone what we do in terms of safety with $1 million of insurance, criminal background checks, DMV checks. And why people really care about this service. They need more affordable transportation and community-based transportation in Los Angeles.
Okay, so tell me about the community support and outside of this meetup, what's been going on? What have you heard from drivers or passengers since this cease and desist came down?
So one thing, people have been using the service more to show their support. There's been hundreds, if not thousands, of phone calls and emails to both the mayor's office and the city council. There's been things that have been happening organically, such as one woman, Laura, who is here tonight, who started her own blog, like LA Loves Lyft, and got 1,000 followers on Twitter within 24 hours. There's other really passionate users who weren't able to get around as easily prior to Lyft, and have really taken up the cause and are have met with the mayor on his first day in office. And so those are some of the stories, and it's just been really incredible to watch the community come together.
Okay, so outside of the community aspect of rallying people against the cease and desist, do you plan on doing this type of thing more often? getting together with communities like either in San Francisco or Seattle or other cities that you operate in, even if there isn't a regulatory issue?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's a big part of Lyft is this sense of community in, you know, the connections that drivers and passengers are having. And so we've been doing, you know, hangouts with drivers and passengers. It's always kind of been part of our history, and we'll keep doing it. This is kind of new for us to do it in response to a cease and desist, but no, this is, you know, part of our culture to begin with.
And so right now, you know, LA was your second city. You're in 6 cities, I believe. So, I mean, what's next? Like, how fast do you actually grow from here?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna continue rolling out new cities as fast as we can maintain this type of community and this type of quality service, so that you get, you know, quick rides, safe rides, efficient rides, affordable rides. So no numbers, but we'll be rolling out as fast as we can.
Okay, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.